Hi all, Jack Newhouse here, and I'm an employment lawyer. This video is part 2 in a series on the signs of wage theft. Part 1 was about automatic meal break deductions, and this video, part 2, is going to be about timekeeping practices. Timekeeping is critical to accurate payment of wages. If you're an hourly employee and your employer is not tracking the time that you start work at the beginning of the day and end work at the end of the day, then there's a very good chance that you are not being paid all the wages that you've earned. Just imagine for a minute trying to recall all the hours that all of your employees worked that week without having a written time record to refer to. For the vast majority of people, this is going to be impossible. But there are also other less obvious timekeeping practices that similarly result in unlawful wage underpayments. First, paying for scheduled hours worked and not actual hours worked. This occurs where an employee is paid a set number of hours for a shift. So if that employee works 15 minutes extra, they are not paid for those extra 15 minutes. They are only paid for the actual scheduled shift time. Second are timekeeping systems that do not record all the hours that are actually worked. For example, construction workers are sometimes paid only for the work that they perform on the job site, even if they have to show up to the yard in the morning to load materials onto a truck and then drive them from the yard to the job site. In that case, the time the construction worker started working was at the yard, not at the job site. And the last example of timekeeping practices that are likely to result in wage underpayments are situations where an employee has to get paid at different rates throughout the day or throughout the week. For example, there are different minimum wage rates throughout the state of New York. So if you're getting paid $15.50 per hour for work that's being done in upstate New York, but your work requires you to come down to New York City and perform work there where the minimum wage rate is $16.50 per hour, your employer is required to record the time that you spent in different jurisdictions to ensure that you're getting paid at the correct minimum wage rate for each jurisdiction that you are in. So employers, to avoid underpaying your workers, there are very easy solutions. Get a time clock, biometric finger or hand scans, a punch clock, handwritten timesheets. There are any number of other ways to record the time that your employees start working at the start of the day or end working at the end of the day to ensure that workers are paid correctly, and also it will protect you from unnecessary lawsuits where an employee alleges that they were not paid for all the time that they worked. And employees, it's your hard-earned income, so keep track of your own time also. This way, you'll know whether your employer is paying you for all the time that you worked, especially for those employees who work for employers who do not have accurate timekeeping systems. If you found this video helpful and you want to be notified about the next part in this series, please like and subscribe.